What would you do if you heard that a man was put on trial months after he was already dead? That his Latin corpse was dressed in royal robes, placed on a throne, and forced to face justice in front of a courtroom filled with judges, priests, and enemies. That sounds like a horror movie, yet it's not. This actually happened. Welcome to the story of Cadaver Synod, the trial of a dead pope. One of the most bizarre and haunting judgments in the world history. To understand this strange tale, we must go back to the year 897 AD, during one of the most chaotic periods in the Catholic Church history. The papacy wasn't the peaceful spiritual office we think of today. It was a throne of power, wealth, and fierce political rivalry. Noble families fought for control. Kings and warlords bribed and bullied their way into papal decisions, and popes were more like pawns and kings on dangerous political chessboard. One of these popes was Formosus, a man with a complicated legacy. He had made a powerful enemies, especially from the Spoleto family, one of the most influential dynasties in the Italy at the time. After ruling as Pope from 891 to 896 AD, Formosus died of natural causes. You'll think that will be the end of his story, but for his enemies, it was just the beginning. Months after Pope Formosus was laid to rest, his successor, Pope Stephen VI, ordered his corpse to be dug up. The reason was for vengeance. Stephen VI was aligned with the Spoleto family, and he blamed Formosus for political betrayals, power struggles, and past conflicts. So he organized what is now known as Cadaver Synod, literally the Synod of the Corpse. Formosus' decaying body was exhumed, dressed in papal robes, propped up on a throne, and put on a trial in front of horrified audience. The charges against the dead pope was strangely bureaucratic. Number 1 was perjury. Number 2 was violating church canon laws by being Bishop of Porto while also becoming pope. Number 3 was ambition and unlawful seizing power. In short, Formosus was accused of corruption, greed, and breaking the rules of the church. But remember, this man was dead. He couldn't speak. He couldn't defend himself. So Stephen VI appointed a deacon to act as his lawyer, who had to answer questions while speaking on behalf of a corpse. The courtroom was filled with bishops, priests, and Roman nobility, most unsure whether they were witnessing justice or madness. Pope Stephen VI yelled insults at the rotting body. He demanded answers. The deacon stammered responses, and the corpse of Formosus, silent, lifeless, and decayed, sat there, dressed in fine robes like some grotesque puppet, the stench of death lingering in the sacred air. Eventually, the court declared Formosus guilty of all charges. After the judgment, Stephen ordered the following punishments. Formosus was stripped of his sacred vestments. His 3 fingers, used in life to give blessings, were cut off. His papacy was declared null and void. And then, the corpse was dragged through the streets of Rome, humiliated before the public, and finally thrown into the Tiber River. The Pope's body was dumped like trash, his memory condemned, his legacy erased. But Stephen's twisted sense of justice didn't go unnoticed. The public was furious. Church leaders were horrified. Ordinary Romans were outraged. Within a few months, Pope Stephen VI was overthrown, imprisoned, and eventually strangled to death in his cell. Formosus' body was reportedly recovered by monks and given a proper burial. Later in 898, Pope John IX held a new synod that nullified the Cadaver Synod. He declared the trial invalid, restored Formosus' legacy, and banned trials of the dead forever. The trial of Pope Formosus remains one of the most absurd and unsettling events in the history. It's a tale of power, revenge, madness, and fragile line between religion and politics. If you found this video bizarre and intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We got 2 more shocking tales from history coming your way. See you in the next video.